Hey everyone, I hope you're getting in the holiday spirit. And if you're not, no worries. I've got just the thing, the perfect chocolate cake. This is my husband's favorite cake, and I feel like I was searching for this recipe my entire life, and I finally found it, and I'm so excited to be sharing it with you just in time for Christmas. Let's get started. Here's what you're gonna need for your cake. First thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Mine is already preheating. And let's go ahead and whisk together our dry ingredients, starting with 3 cups of flour, the sugar, and I love this cocoa. You can use any kind of cocoa for this cake, but I prefer a dark cocoa. I love this brand. It's called Goutard Cocoa Rouge. You just look how rich and dark it is. And it just smells amazing. It also makes great hot chocolate. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. It's our baking soda, baking powder, and our kosher salt. And then we're gonna just whisk this together. This cocoa smells so good. I mean, it really is a game changer, I think. This sort of makes your cake more of a dark chocolate cake than a milk chocolate cake. Okay, let's go ahead and add the wet ingredients now to our dry ingredients. This is 1 cup of the warm water, 1 cup of oil, add the melted butter, and I don't really want this to ruin my shirt, so I'm gonna get this all mixed in, and then we're gonna use a mixer on medium speed. And this is definitely not how you do it. Whether you don't use a whisk to do this. You use a spoon. Okay, so don't do this at home. This is not what you do. You don't use a whisk to combine everything. You can use a wooden spoon, it's better. I know there's a beautiful red for Christmas stand-up mixer on my counter, but I'm just used to my handheld, burns a few more calories. You're gonna be eating chocolate cake, so combine everything on medium speed for a few minutes. So now we're gonna add the eggs one at a time, 5 eggs in this cake. Egg number 2. Whoa! That was a good crack. We are making a cake. I wanna bathe in it. I just wanna drink it. 3/4 cup of warm water. Our very last wet ingredient is the vanilla. And now we are gonna mix for another 2 minutes. So your batter will be watery, just like this, sort of like pudding before it sets. So don't be alarmed. It's supposed to look like this. Now it's time to take the batter and pour it into your already prepared pans. That should look like this. You've taken your butter and you've lightly buttered, and then take some of your extra cocoa and just sprinkle it around. And then you know how it goes. You just put it over the sink and lightly dust your pan with some extra cocoa goodness. Now we are going to pour this in evenly. It's always a guessing game, isn't it? You're gonna just be conservative on that first one so you don't over pour. Okay, let's put them in the oven at 350 degrees for 40 minutes. Okay, great. Now we are gonna make this amazing frosting. I think this is probably the best frosting I've ever had. Here's what you're gonna need for your amazing chocolate frosting. So you start with your butter and make sure it's at room temperature. I had to microwave mine a few seconds to get it nice and gooey like this. Then you're gonna add your honey. And in order to get all of this out, I'm gonna use this little baby spatula. Powdered sugar goes in. And I have found that I often need a little bit more honey or a little bit more powdered sugar to make it perfect, but you'll just have to do the taste test. Then add your cocoa powder and your 1/4 cup of warm water. And you want to combine this until it's really smooth for about 2 minutes. All right, even before we add the cream, I'm just gonna see how we're doing on the sweetness. We might be right on the money today. I don't think I want to do anything different. Okay, great. Now it's time to add in our cream. Mix this up. So you just want to beat it now until it's fluffy and creamy. And we are almost there. Now we just need to put it on the cake. All right, now for the fun part, the frosting. Our cakes have cooled, and now we need to cut the dome off of one of our cakes. I'm gonna choose this one because it's not too pretty, and I'm gonna just slice this so it makes it easier for frosting. Alrighty, and now I'm gonna move this over to our nice Christmassy cake stand, and we are ready to frost. Okay, I love a lot of frosting in the middle so that every piece has tons of frosting throughout. All right, let's go ahead and get this top layer on top there. And what I love about this cake, it's really a showstopper. I mean, look how tall it is. I've never made a cake that came out this fluffy. So I love how it looks. And I just love knowing that dark chocolate is a superfood. And this cake is not that sweet. So I'm not saying it's a health food, but I'm not saying it's not. Anything that makes you this happy is a health food, in my opinion. And here it is. Isn't she lovely? Let's go ahead and cut into this amazing, wow, this thing is so deep. And again, this is my favorite chocolate cake recipe that I've ever made. And I think it's gonna be yours too. Your family is going to love it. There it is. I know you're dying for me to take a bite, so I'm gonna oblige you. I don't want you to suffer at home, so I'm going to just try this. Chocolate on chocolate equals heaven equals Merry Christmas from my house to yours.